Hello crafters, welcome back to Angela's Craft Room. When I did this card for you a little while ago, I used the kissing technique for the butterfly, and I said at that time that I would come back and do a card just with the medallion, just to show how you could do the card just with the medallion, because it's such a beautiful, vibrant, using a couple of techniques, it can be very vibrant on the card, and you really don't need much else other than a sentiment. So I decided what I do is a background for you using the medallion. So I'll just bring my Misty tool in. Now this is from the Moroccan Nights stamp set. That's that one, and we're using the big medallion. Okay, so my base card is just Bermuda Bay, which is 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2. And then all my panels, as I always say, I just take 1/4 of an inch down, and just depending how many panels I want to use. So also what I'm using is, I use Eclipse masking tape. So it's a roll of white masking tape, and it's just sticky on that side. So I just cut off how much I want, and then I stamped the medallion and then just cut it out roughly so I can hopefully use it as a mask. Okay, so I'm just going to move that over there so I can, so it's, just put it up to the 2. So otherwise I won't be able to get the medallion onto the whole card if I have it down in the corner. So I've just got it up there at the 2-inch mark of my Misty tool, and hopefully it's pretty straight. So I am going to use the Stays On, but because this is a background stamp, I'm not going to be stamping it like I normally do to make it vibrant. So I'm just going to make sure your stamp's juicy, and I'm hoping that I can, just got a little bit of ink on the edge of my stamp there, so I always like to have a cotton bud nearby just to remove any unwanted ink. If I was cutting this out on my big shot, I wouldn't worry. So then I'm just going to let that go down, bring it up, and I'm just not going to restamp that. So then I'm just going to roughly, so I'm not stamping directly onto that, just put my mask there. Put the magnet on there. And then I'm going to have it like about there. So I'll re-stamp that. Hopefully when I take my mask off, it's just going to give us a bit of a background there. So then I'll just leave that there. So I think I need to put my mask back on there. I haven't done it this way before, but I thought I might as well try it. Don't worry about that bit of ink because it's going to get stamped over. It's a good thing about the Misty. Like that. Just take that off. Now the trick to this is we want to want to mask this a little bit, but I'd say we're going to have a little gap, but it won't matter too much because in the middle we're going to have, I'm going to have the big medallion, so I'm not really worried about, I just want to do that one there. So just ink that up again. And that Eclipse masking tape, it's just so much easier. I got so sick of the post-it notes, trying to use them, and I found this on eBay actually. So it gets used quite a bit. So even though we've got a bit of a gap there, if you had a couple of masks you could cover that. But you can see what a good background stamp that does give you. So we'll just peel that off. I'm not worried about that, we can clean that up later. So we're just going to have that on our card. Now whether I do it that way or that way, I was going to go, that will be fine like that. Okay, so then we've got our background, okay? So I don't want to adhere that yet, just in case I want to put ribbon on. I'm not sure if I want to or not. So I don't want to lose my magnets. So then what I did was I stamped a black one and a Bermuda Bay because I wasn't sure what colour that I wanted. Just remove that. And then I just used the largest circle in the layering ovals and I just put that through my big shot. So now I just want to decide whether I want the Bermuda Bay one or whether I want the black one. Decisions. I think the black one's going to look nicer because we're going to emboss it. So all you have to do is stamp that, use the largest circle framelit in your layering ovals and put it through your big shot. So I'll just put the cover on my Stays On Jet Black. Okay, so now we need our versamark ink and our clear embossing powder. And just a piece of normal photocopying paper folded down the middle, and we're just going to use the black one and we're just going to stamp all over that as much as we can. I should have used the anti-static cushion first, but I didn't, and that's alright. We're going over the whole thing, so hopefully that's, just do it a little bit. Like that. Then we're going to get the clear embossing powder, and when I turn on the heat tool I'm just going to let it warm up just for a few seconds, and then I'll bring it across to the embossing. Like that. Then we don't want to waste all that, so we're just going to put that straight back in the jar. So we've hardly used any at all. the jar away. Just grab the heat tool. Just heating it up a little bit, and then we'll bring it across. And it's just starting to melt. I'm sorry if the heat tool got in your way there, but you can see how glossy that's become. I'll just brush a bit of the embossing powder off, and it's pretty much dry straight away. So we're going to bring that back in, and we're going to put that on our card like that. So just pop some dimensionals on the back, and I pre-stamped the sentiment so it wasn't too long. And just press down with your nail in the middle of these dimensionals, and then they should just peel straight off for us. Then I have pre-done the sentiment, so I just want to see where I want to pop this. So just a little bit up to the top. I want to try and pretty much center there, and I think we'll even pop them up on dimensionals as well. We'll only need about 4. So you can see how good that medallion stamp is. You can use it as a background stamp, and you can also then use it as your focal point. But by embossing it, it just gives it that really beautiful sheen and makes it stand out on your card. So the sentiment I stamped was from Kinda Electric stamp set. So we're just going to pop that on there, and then that's going to go on the card like so, and it's quite effective, isn't it? So I did have a bit of thin Bermuda Bay ribbon, which I wasn't sure whether I really wanted to put it on or not. Which I think I will. So we'll just grab some tear and tape. And we're just going to put it down this side, because I don't put adhesive under my ribbon and lace that is on the front of my card. I don't put the adhesive under it on the front of my card. I put it on the back, so it's just got, and so it's got something to grab hold of. And I find with the lace it's a lot better if you do use tear and tape, lace or ribbon. And I'm just going to let that attach to that on the back, and then just bring it nice and straight, hopefully. So just pop it down there. And hopefully I'll have enough left to do. I need my scissors, my ribbon scissors. I try not to contaminate my scissors with, so then we're just going to slide this underneath here, and then you just, all I do is tie a knot. This is why I call it a false knot. Just let it go where it wants to go. Then you can slide it up and down where you want it. I'm quite happy with it there, so I'll just snip it off there a little bit. So you've got that at the top. So then we just want to put a bit of tear and tape on the ribbon at the back. Because ribbon just won't adhere with using the using snail or any of the other adhesives. Really, the best one to use is the tear and tape for lace and ribbon, and then I like to use the multi-purpose glue because it does give me that little bit, a few seconds, if I don't get it straight on my card. But the danger with this one is I do have tear and tape down one side, so I'm just going to have to try and be a bit careful. So I'll just put the top down first. That's pretty straight. So that's quite effective how we've done that. I do like the Medallion stamp. Also in the Brights they have the Brights embellishments. They do have the coordinating enamel dots that you could put up here if you wanted to, or you could put a little heart on there if you wanted to. So there, I've come back and I've used the Medallion stamp for you. So I hope that's giving you a few more ideals. Now just remember that's the Moroccan Nights stamp set with the big medallion in it, and then the sentiment came from Kinda Eclectic stamp set. A little kindness goes a long way. So I hope that has given you a few ideals. I hope that helps you for those that were asking me to use the Medallion once again. So I'd really like to thank you for spending some of your time with me, and until next time, happy crafting.